Republican senators ahead of confirmation hearings. And Fox's Madeline Rivera reports that includes one who's been pushing back against sexual misconduct and other allegations.
Defense Secretary nominee Pete Hegseth also appears to have made some progress with another key senator, Joni Ernst from Iowa.
Senator, how did your meeting with Pete Hegseth go today?
It was very positive, and I appreciate that he respects the process.
Hegseth tells Fox's Hannity he'll answer questions from any senator.
And we look forward to earning these votes. That's what it's about, ultimately earning the votes.
Syria's prime minister says they're trying to keep the government running after opposition rebels ousted the country's leader in a civil war. The U.S. charges 2 Syrian officials with war crimes.
Syrian Air Force intelligence officers Jamil Hassan, who's 72, and 65-year-old Abdul Salam Mahmoud are accused of cruel and inhumane treatment. According to the Justice Department, the pair engaged in a conspiracy to commit war crimes.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
Will Kane had you covered this election.
Brett Baer joins us now. Former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy joining us on The Will Kane Show. Tommy Lahren joins us now.
It's the new must-listen podcast in America.
I think Sanity, I'm hoping, is going to win today.
What they did was the biggest miscarriage of democracy, I think, in my lifetime.
I see a victory for Donald Trump. I see a victory for America.
The Will Kane Show. Listen and watch now at willkaneshow.com. From the Fox News Podcasts Network, the Fox News Rundown, a contrast of perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. Your daily dose of news twice a day, going far beyond the headlines, tapping into the massive reporting resources of Fox News to provide a full picture of the news of the day.
I'm Dana Perino.
I'm Brett Baer.
I'm Maria Bartiromo.
I'm Brian Kilmeade, and this is the Fox News Rundown.
Subscribe and listen now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Around the same time there was the arrest in the New York City murder case, there was an acquittal in a closely watched trial in New York. Daniel Penny found not guilty of criminally negligent homicide in the death of a homeless man. Penny subdued while Jordan Neely threatened people on a subway train last year.
His defense attorneys had only been hoping for a hung jury in the criminally negligent homicide charge. The case divided many nationwide, but Penny was seen at a bar celebrating with his attorneys as a free man.
Daniel, can you tell me how you're feeling about this right now?
You going this way?
Can you tell me how you're feeling?
He's feeling great, guys, and it's just a great day. It's just a great day.
The mood was much more somber for Jordan Neely's family, who were, quote, devastated, angry, and hurt over the jury's decision.
That's Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer. Days after the Supreme Court considered a big transgender case, a challenge to a state ban on giving puberty blockers and other treatments to children, the court rejects an appeal in another transgender-related case.
Lower courts rejected a lawsuit from a group of Wisconsin parents trying to block a gender identity policy in the Eau Claire school district. The parents argue the policy allows school officials to keep parents in the dark about decisions made by students, but courts have said the parents lack standing since they cannot demonstrate harm. The Supreme Court rejected an appeal to revive the case, but 3 conservative justices, Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, and Brett Kavanaugh, wrote they would have allowed the challenge to move forward. In Washington, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed, not moving much. The day after selling, the Dow dropped 240 points. The Nasdaq fell 123. On Monday Night Football, the Bengals keep slim NFL playoff hopes alive.
Burrow, sideline, Chase, spin. There he goes. Jamar Chase. Touchdown. Bengals.
Chase's second score of the game won it for Cincinnati with about a minute left, beating Dallas 27-20 on ESPN. Both the Bengals and Cowboys now 5-8 on the season. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. The Putnam County Board of Education has decided to proceed with the transformation of the old Parkview School into a pre-K center. Board members have approved an agreement with Energy Systems Group to oversee the work at a cost of $8.7 million. A portion of Dodson Branch Road in Putnam County is reopened following a bridge replacement project that began in August. The Putnam County Fire Department says final paving will take place in the near future, but traffic patterns in the 3100 block of Dodson Branch have returned to normal. More than 1,000 Tennessee Tech students will enter the ranks of the university's newest alumni at a fall commencement held across 2 ceremonies Friday. A university press release says graduates encompass students from 74 counties across the state, 21 states, and 15 other countries. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning. Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. It's Jason and Sheila. We're here live in the Willow Window Studio. Today's Tuesday. It's the 10th of December.
The 10th. Not many shopping days left.
No. Good
Christmas.
Morning, Sheila.
Good morning, Jason.
How are you today?
I'm doing really well.
Good. I'm glad.
What about you?
I'm all right.
It's rainy today.
It is.
Yeah, the high today around 64. We've got 58 right now. We've got some good guests coming in, too.
Like who?
Well, Daniel and Tyler McCauley from Amazing Acres.
Oh, they'll be good.
Christmas tree farm is up and going.
That's right. I forgot about them having that.
Yeah. And then Thomas Savage, he's going to talk about Tennessee healthcare and some things they're doing with it. So.
Okay. Well, good. It's always good to know a little bit more about healthcare. Some things going on, things you need to know. Coming up Friday, Sticks Billiards and Lounge is going to open. It's their grand opening, 2020 North Willow Avenue in Cookeville. So a new pool hall or billiards lounge, whatever you'd like to call it. They're calling it a billiards lounge.
It sounds classy when you say billiards lounge.
Yeah, I remember when we got a pool table at First Baptist Church at the Family Life Center. We couldn't call it a pool table. It was a
big pool hall.
It was
a
billiards table.
Sounds a lot better.
Right. That's the Christian way.
Yeah. That's what they're doing.
That's right.
Billiards. Well, the Putnam County School System is proudly celebrating Miss Tina Francis. She's principal of Jerry Whitson, and she had a recent recertification as a National Board Certified Teacher. It's a prestigious certification awarded to the National Board for Professional Teaching Standards. So, Miss Francis, congratulations to you, and we're proud of you.
Got Christmas at Cummins Falls this weekend from 1 to 4. You get pictures with Santa, and I guess they've got him out there where you can see the falls in the background.
That's cool.
So, pictures are $5. So be sure to take some cash with you if you want to go to Christmas at the Falls at Cummins Falls State Park, 1 to 4 Saturday.
That's going to be a unique kind of picture for Christmas. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's worth $5.
I think so too. Well, this Friday, they want to see you at the Performing Arts Center in Cookeville, CPAC. This year's movie is going to be Elf, and admission is only $1 at the door.
I saw that.
Holiday movie night at CPAC. And one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
You know, Elf is so great. So it's this Friday, 7 p.m., and just $1 to get in. I would think that will be full.
Oh.
Yeah.
It absolutely should be. Is it a fundraiser for anything, or is it just, for giggles?
It doesn't say. It just said holiday movie night.
Okay.
Just Cookeville Performing Arts Center, and that was off of Cookeville Performing Arts Center's Facebook page. So
it might just be for giggles then.
Yeah, it might just be for fun and
sometimes you just need to do stuff for giggles
and get out of the house.
Right.
Celebrate the holiday with Elf.
That's good. Sheila brought up that it's a rainy day today.
Yeah.
Forecasts is calling for a dusting to an inch of snow tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
I knew they were saying that, but I didn't know if it was tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, they're saying by in the morning, when on our way into work, we could have, quarter dusting to an inch. Now the inch will be up around Monterey, Crossville, James, that area.
Yeah.
Cookeville will be a dusting at best, but just a heads up. You never know.
You never know.
Monterey might get enough to close her down.
You never know.
That's what happened last time.
Yeah, it is. And then, of course, I don't remember it snowing this much in December. I mean, it just feels more Christmassy when it does.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. And the roads not being too tragic,
Yeah.
and hazardous.
Yeah, like if it's going to be, snowing a little bit, not sticking.
Yeah.
Or sticking just enough.
Just enough to the trees and
I'm
the.
for that.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't want any like major snow.
See, that's a little scary.
Yeah.
And I know the
scary.
kids.
It's
It is too on the roads and the ice. Ice is what's scary. That's what I meant.
Ice,
Baby.
scary.
But that's all I have in things you need to know. You got any more?
Sheila, that's all I have in things you need to know.
Moving along to your 2 cents.
Yeah.
It's brought to you by, of course, Freedom Pond, 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta.
Uh-huh.
You can stop in for good deals on, Barnett crossbows. I almost said Barrett. I don't know if there's a Barrett crossbow. Barnett crossbows, ammos, guns, jewelry, gaming systems, drones, jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
Did I leave out anything?
Oh,
Probably.
no, I'm going to go by there and look for a bow because I've been wanting one for quite some time.
Just to practice your Viking
Yeah.
stage.
You never know. And I've always wanted one. And
Be careful with that now.
of course I'll be careful. You sound like my mom.
Well, we know how you are.
I was telling my mom that. I was like, I think I'm going to go get, bunting, she said. Are you sure you want to do that?
Oh,
You could get hurt.
you're making your mama nervous. The next thing you're going to do is get a motorcycle.
She would let me have one of those or go-kart.
Yeah. Go-kart. You'd have flipped that 3 or 4 times.
Anyway, but go to Freedom Pond is what we're trying to say.
Most definitely. And your 2 cents, what is a skill you learned on YouTube?
Light plumbing.
Light plumbing.
Yeah.
Because you try to learn the deeper plumbing, and then you're like,
I'm not your guy who's going to come plumb your house.
no.
But
You are not.
but I'm the guy who could, put in a new sink for you, a new toilet.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, kitchen things. I can do all that.
You got me tore up when you go, kitchen things. So what is this?
Sinks and whatnot and sprayers.
The whatnots.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
knobs and stuff.
yeah, so I did a lot of YouTubing with that, and also, and again, I'm not your guy to come and run electric wire through your house.
No, I would not want you to be the guy.
But I am your guy.
I trust you. I think you would try to do it right.
Right.
But I wouldn't want you hurting yourself.
But I am your guy to do some minor electrical work.
Or to put up fence posts.
Well, I didn't have to do YouTube on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would trust you on that.
It's like the stuff that like electric and plumbing. I mean, that's
harder. That takes some skill.
That's big time stuff. I mean, you have to know what you're doing.
Well,
and I figured it all out.
I learned how to tie a tie. I had to help my husband with it and did a YouTube thing on it.
They've got all kinds of fancy ways to tie ties on there.
I know.
I watched a YouTube video on there, someone tying a tie. It's not anything at all the way I tie, but it looked cool.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do it. I never could figure it out how they were doing it.
And they look so fancy when they're doing it.
They would zip, zap, zing, and it'd be done.
I just got a simple one. I didn't want to zip, zap, zing. Just explain it to me, move by move.
Yeah.
And I was good.
The question was, what's something that you've learned on YouTube, right?
All right. Correct.
Your 2 cents. That's brought to you by our friends over at Freedom Pond. They're on Mayberry Street in Sparta. Stop by and see them. Tell them you heard about it on Good Morning Cookeville, if you wouldn't mind. That way they'll believe us. It's 6:14 now. Your 2 cents up next on Good Morning Cookeville, live from the Willow Window Studio.
The Upper Cumberland Habitat Restore in Cookeville is expanding their team with part-time positions available. They are seeking dedicated individuals who are passionate about community impact and customer service. Responsibilities may include maintaining an organized, welcoming store environment, assisting with donation acceptance and processing, and supporting daily operations. Ideal candidates are customer-focused, proactive, and committed to fostering a positive shopping experience. Joining their team offers a chance to make a meaningful difference. For more information, contact them at restore@uchabitat.org.
Maybe you don't think about the Tennessee Department of Correction unless you work here or know someone in our custody It's not personal until it is. But we think about you. While you are sleeping, our officers are inside, behind the fence, supervising the men and women in our custody. It's not an easy job, but we are committed to making Tennessee a safer place to live and raise our families, because this is our home too, and it is personal to us.
Sponsored by Tennessee Department of Correction.
Discover the savings at Freedom Pawn, located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta. Explore our extensive selection of jewelry, tools, gaming systems, knives, and guitars. For the archery lover, we offer Barnett crossbows and other top brands. And don't forget, we're your trusted guns and ammo store with the best selection around. Freedom Pawn is also one of the stops for the Jingle Bell Shop with the White County Chamber of Commerce. Visit us today. Just look for the Bigfoot in front of the store and see why Freedom Pawn in Sparta is your ultimate destination for great deals.
Your home is your sanctuary, a place to get away from the stresses of life. Willow Window can help transform your home with the highest quality windows and window treatments. Choose from honeycomb shades, plantation shutters, or blackout blinds for privacy. Motorized window treatments can control outside light with the touch of a remote. Get your free estimate today. Call 931-Window-1. Willow Window, 310 Newman Drive in Cookeville.
Willow Window, making your home beautiful again.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
1077 and 1400, The Hub. Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here in the Willow Window studio. It's 6:18 now.
Good morning, everyone. Freedom Pawn on Mayberry Street in Sparta brings you your 2 cents. And Freedom Pawn is awesome. So if you haven't stopped in there lately, you can get your guns, ammos, your Barnett bows,
drums,
crossbows, drums, drones, jewelry, even weed eaters, and lots of other things. I mean, I can't even tell you the whole list, but look for the Bigfoot on Mayberry Street in Sparta, and you'll find Freedom Pawn.
Socket sets.
Yeah. Yeah, that just came up. I'd already started wrapping up. And he goes, socket sets. Like you've got Freedom Pawn Tourette's.
Yes. Things I've seen there.
And handcrafted knives. Not just case knives, which are beautiful, but like
socket sets.
Socket sets.
Even the metric kind.
Yeah. And that big eagle on that window. I love it. Oh, they even got a big eagle that somebody handcrafted by a chainsaw.
Ooh.
It's beautiful.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, here's your 2 cents. What is a skill you learned on YouTube?
I told you mine. There's been some other things like I wanted to learn how to do the WordPress websites. And you can get on there. There's like 1,000 12-year-olds on there that know how to do that stuff.
Yeah, 1,000 12-year-olds. So yeah,
Really?
it makes you feel very stupid,
Yeah.
but they explain it well.
And Canvas stuff. I learned a lot of Canvas stuff on
Yep.
YouTube. Pretty much YouTube's my go-to.
Even if I've like ordered some kind of technological thing and I think I know how to do it, well, when I take it out of the box, I'm like, I'll just watch a YouTube tutorial.
Fix my washer and dryer.
We've done that before. Our
Yeah.
dryer, we fixed our dryer through YouTube.
Yeah.
And then we said, this ain't as easy as they make it look. We're going to hire a professional next time, because we were both like sweating and worn out. And we're like,
Me and Donna replaced a belt on the dryer.
We did too.
And we actually thought it was easier than what we thought it was going to be.
No, ours were, it was made a little funky, and it was so hard to, I had to kind of lift the drum, and he could put the belt.
Yeah.
It was like a whole thing of maneuvering.
Right.
But it was all right.
But thanks to YouTube, you got it done.
That's true.
Right.
And cheaper.
I replaced the heating element in my
Look at you.
dryer too.
What did we do before YouTube? Just look
We
silly?
called a handyman.
Poor old handyman.
We're getting screwed by YouTube.
You know that they hate YouTube. Everybody thinks they can do it.
Or they love it. They get those calls. Hey, I try to do this on my own through YouTube.
Yeah, that's true.
And that guy's going, all right, extra parts.
Extra parts. You done messed
You
it
done
up.
messed it up worse.
Here's what some others are saying. Michael said, how to repair my Ninja coffee maker and how to fix the string of Christmas lights with a fried bulb.
Huh.
I didn't know you could do that.
Me neither.
Probably maybe. I don't know. Probably. I'm not a firefighter, but that could be an electrical hazard. You think so?
I don't know. It depends.
Depends on how you did that.
Yeah.
What's a skill you learned on YouTube? Thomas said, how to do something with my phone. Like, I've Googled that. I've YouTubed that up before.
You Googled it and
I
then
Googled it and then it came up like, here's a YouTube tutorial.
yeah, I just go straight to YouTube mostly. YouTube is the biggest search engine in the world right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
More than Google.
Well, Google owns it anyway, so.
Oh, well, they're getting credit no matter what, right?
Mhm.
What's a skill you learned on YouTube? Karen said how to change spark plugs and wires on a 2002 Durango. Go, girl.
I learned, my mom showed me, but I learned how to, and this is going to sound bad if you're just waking up, I'm sorry, how to sex chickens
Yeah,
and find out if they're, boys or girls.
right.
So
And it's not easy, especially when they're little.
it's not
Not
easy.
easy.
And so she tried to show me, and I kind of had a decent grasp of it, but then I got on YouTube, and that's not what you'd want on your search history.
How to sex chickens.
I bet my FBI guy was going, hey guys, come over
We
here.
might need to watch
I don't
him."
know what's going to happen, but something.
They're like, oh, well, that's all he's looked
and they're
up.
like, oh, well, that's it. Okay. I thought that was going to be way worse.
It does sound bad, doesn't it? Tex said he's learned woodworking on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
That is. Sherry said how to bypass the lid lock on a washing machine.
On Reddit, they have a life hacks page.
Yes.
That one's awesome. And YouTube's got some great life hacks on there too.
They really do.
It's funny. I watch the life hacks and then I never do the life hacks. The only life hack I've ever done was instead of making a bunch of, making pancakes one by one,
Yeah.
it's putting pouring it into a sheet pan and baking it.
Baking their pancakes.
And it comes out like one big, huge pancake, and you just cut them into squares, and then you've got pancakes.
Well, that's a great idea.
It tastes just like they should.
But you don't have to baby them. You just put them in there.
Put them in there. Boom.
I'm going to try that.
That's the way.
Yeah. Jim said what he learned off of YouTube was how to change axles on a Honda Accord. Kevin said how to change blend doors on a vehicle. Gail said she learned how to make a coloring book on YouTube.
Oh, I learned how to take the front end off my truck. Not the front end like motor wise, the
Yeah.
front end like the grill, the lights, and, the pretty stuff. Because my stuff wasn't pretty anymore.
Yeah.
And putting the pretty
Put
stuff.
pretty stuff back on.
Right. Because I didn't know anything about getting those clips out or anything like that. And if you don't, then you're going to tear up everything. And so they showed where all that stuff was and how to get it out and how to put them back in correctly. And
You were proud of yourself.
I still
weren't you?
screwed it up a little bit, but I felt a whole lot closer because I'd watch a little bit of the YouTube and then I'd pause it.
Yes.
Well, I watch a little bit of YouTube and then pause it. Because you
And then rewind it a little bit. Let's see that again.
I don't remember what he did there. Yeah.
Joe said that he has learned how to have a well manicured lawn and done several things outside.
Mm-hmm.
Put that up on YouTube. Power washing. I could watch videos.
Well, that's
like
not
that.
really learning how to do it, but I do love watching somebody power
There is
wash.
something so satisfying.
Mm-hmm. It's
about-
because once they're done, they've accomplished something.
Let me tell you, this is oddly satisfying, and I told her this, like Abby Whedon, who owns Edison Hills.
Yeah.
She'd found some old ornaments from the 50s all the way up to the 80s,
Oh, that's
Christmas
cool.
ornaments.
Yeah.
But they had been in storage for a while. Well, on her Instagram, she was cleaning the glass Christmas balls, and I said, that is oddly satisfying.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it made it look brand new again, and I'm like, this is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew I would love that?
I don't know. I love watching that guy clean up terrible yards.
Yeah. Oh, I love that too. That's on YouTube.
That's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube is, I mean, it's the place where, I mean, I bet.
If you're bored and want something to watch, YouTube has something.
Well, I know people who exclusively just watch YouTube. Like, they don't really have any other channels that they watch.
Well, you can pull that right up on your smart TV.
But yeah, and they've got movies and stuff on there now too. So it's not just random videos anymore.
Yeah, there was an older movie that I couldn't find on any of the streaming. Pull up YouTube.
There it is.
Got it.
Yeah.
Even the commercials taken out and stuff.
They've even got a few old WKRP shows on there, which I always
That's
like to
worth
watch
watching.
every now and then.
Yeah.
So, yeah, YouTube is the place. And heck, you could be watching us right now on YouTube.
Oh, isn't that right?
Even we're on
We're
YouTube.
sorry about that, but hey, we have fun.
You can find that at Good Morning Cookeville. You have to put the @ sign at Good Morning Cookeville, and you'll find our channel on YouTube. You can go back and watch all the other ones if you want to. I don't know why you would, but you can.
Because some of our guests have been interesting. It's not all about us, Jason.
I know that, but you'll have to skip through the first hour.
Fast forward.
Yeah.
Unless you want to laugh or two.
Is that what we got so far for
That's what we've got so far.
Right.
A skill that you learned on YouTube. You can go to our Facebook page and answer that. And we thank Freedom Pond of Sparta for being our sponsor of Your 2
Absolutely.
Cents.
Yeah. Thanks, Freedom Pond. Coming up next, we've got Spoiler Alert. That's on the way. The world of entertainment and music. We'll tell you what's going on there. I guess even Hollywood slows down for the
I don't know. I'm very excited about
holidays.
something coming out today that I'm probably going to watch tonight. And it
Okay.
is Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
What had happened was
Oh, that's right. He's
got his comedy special, but he's going to explain his health scare.
Is that on Netflix?
It's on Netflix,
Okay,
and it's
cool.
out today.
Oh, can't wait for that. That and more coming up. Spoiler alert next here on Good Morning Cookeville. Good Morning Cookeville, live from the Willow Window Studio. Hang out with us. Be right back.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. The Putnam County Board of Education has decided to proceed with the transformation of the old Parkview School into a pre-K center. Board members have approved an agreement with Energy Systems Group to oversee the work at a cost of $8.7 million. A portion of Dodson Branch Road in Putnam County is reopened following a bridge replacement project that began in August. The Putnam County Fire Department says final paving will take place in the near future, but traffic patterns in the 3100 block of Dodson Branch have returned to normal. More than 1,000 Tennessee Tech students will enter the ranks of the university's newest alumni at a fall commencement held across 2 ceremonies Friday. A university press release says graduates encompass students from 74 counties across the state, 21 states, and 15 other countries. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. On UCR last night, the Upperman Bees basketball team swept Grace Christian out of Knoxville. On the girls' side, Upperman won 49-32, while the boys won 76-50. The boys shut out Grace 30-0 in the second quarter after trailing 19-18. The 4 Heisman finalists have been announced. Oregon quarterback Dylan Gabriel, Colorado receiver and defensive back Travis Hunter, Miami quarterback Cam Ward, and Boise State running back Ashton Genty. 900 voters between media members and past Heisman winners picked their candidates, and the 4 with the most votes were named finalists. This year's winner will be announced on Saturday. Georgia quarterback Carson Beck injured his elbow right before halftime in the SEC championship game and is still exploring options for treatment. The university said there is no timetable for his return at the moment. The Bulldogs also lost punter Brett Thorson to a knee injury in the game. Tonight on UCR, we have 3 high school basketball games as Upperman hosts Franklin County. Pickett County travels to Stone Memorial, and Cookeville is at Farragut. I'm Jacob Vinson. That was the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank. The Fox Business Report is brought to you by Paul Winkler Incorporated, now with an office in Cookeville, creating confident investors. PaulWinkler.com.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report. Alaska Air Group is stepping up service to Asia. Today is Alaska's Investor Day, its first since merging with Hawaiian Airlines. It's unveiling its 3-year strategic plan to deliver $1 billion in profit. Among its plans, to launch a new global gateway from Seattle with nonstop flights to Tokyo and Seoul. And the company's strategy, called Alaska Accelerate, is also providing expanded service for residents of Hawaii. Small businesses are expecting more favorable economic policies under the incoming Trump administration. The National Federation of Independent Business says its Small Business Optimism Index rose to a reading of 101 in November, the highest level in more than 3 years. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda, invested in you.
Success. It's discipline. It's teamwork. It's the drive and passion inside of us that comes before all recognition. It's the best of each of us made better by the best in all of us. It's what Stifel's been doing for over 130 years. And it's why Stifel is one of the fastest growing global wealth management and investment banking firms in the industry. Stifel. It's where success meets success. Start your journey at stifel.com. That's STIFEL.com.
Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
One more mild day before the reality of winter starts to roll back in here. We'll see temperatures in the low 60s today. Rain chances go up this morning, but eventually will clear out as we get into the afternoon. We'll fall back into the 30s overnight. There might be a little light snow on the backside of the system. Maybe a dusting for some areas. Tomorrow near 40 with mostly sunny skies.
Good morning, Cookeville. With Jason and Sheila.
On 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window studio. It's 6:33 now.
It's going to be a rainy day and a bit windy, too. There's up to 23 miles per hour wind gusts. So I'm like, I should have brought a heavier coat.
Oh, that's going to be a bad hair day for some people.
I'll just have to keep my brush in my pocket. But anyway, it's going to be a high of 64 today. We're at 58.
My hair could stand up to 30 mile per hour winds.
Can it? That's impressive.
Yeah, it's that LA looks.
You've had that since high school.
Same stuff since high school.
Same regimen.
I don't know what they're going to do if they quit making it.
I don't know what you're going to do.
I buy it 5 bottles deep.
Do you?
Every time.
Well, maybe you've got enough in your supply that you can stand it.
Maybe a couple of years worth.
But if they've been around that long.
Right, you never know.
You never know if
more people need to go buy LA looks.
You think it'll work on my hair?
No.
What does that mean? Too crunchy?
Yeah. Well,
I don't like the crunchiness.
My hair, you got to really, at the beginning of the day, tell it what it's going to be doing. Otherwise, it's got a mind of its own.
Well, when you haven't used product, it doesn't stand up as good. Right. It doesn't look, what do you call it? Looking like a TV evangelist.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I can see you actually being a TV evangelist.
That'd be, no.
You'd enjoy it.
Nobody wants that.
No.
Spoiler alert, things going on in the world of entertainment and music. Jimmy Fallon's got comic John Mulaney on there, who's really good. Jimmy Kimmel's got Ryan Seacrest and music by Keith Urban. Country Giant's giving away tickets to Keith Urban too, by the way.
Saw that. That's exciting.
I think that I think they're just saying it on the air what you got to do.
Right, and the concert's not till like October of next year,
Yeah.
but tickets go on sale Friday.
Well, they're doing Win It Before You Can Buy It.
So that's what's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Seth Meyers has Colin Jost on there. And I did watch the he's the host of the Pop Culture Jeopardy. I watched some of it.
Was that good?
It was fun. Yeah. It was fun to get some answers right. You know what I mean?
I forgot to watch that, but that's my kind of Jeopardy.
Well, it's streamed on demand. You can go back and watch
Everything is never too late anymore, is it? Because you can stream it.
on regular TV tonight. Fox, a season premiere of Lego Masters Celebrity Holiday Bricktacular.
Wow.
Also, the season finale of The Voice. So we'll know who wins that thing tonight. And I have no idea.
I watched some of it last night. I didn't like some of the songs they were choosing.
Yeah.
It was all too slow for me. Or maybe I was just too sleepy, and the slow made me want to just drift off.
Kind of rooting for Snoop Dogg and his team.
Well, yeah, he always made it fun. And I like that he had somebody so different. He had so many different artists, and he doesn't care what music it is and what format. As long as you're trying, he's supporting.
He's for you, yeah. On streaming tonight, Netflix season 1 of Polo. And I don't know if that's about Ralph Lauren or about the sport. Rugged Rugby. Conquer or Die. That's on Netflix.
That's not about rugby, Tennessee.
Series premiere of that. And Richard Ramirez, The Night Stalker tapes. That's on Paramount Plus, a series premiere. And then the Jamie Foxx thing is tonight.
Yeah, it is on Netflix. So, I guess it's just streaming today because today is when it was out.
What is it? One of the live things or no?
No, I think he did some kind of comedy special.
Oh, okay.
And then everybody's been keeping it secret. I mean, I haven't heard because he's going to announce what his health scare was during that. Okay. What had happened was that's what it's called.
Well, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'd like to see that. Jeremy Allen White from The Bear has joined the Star Wars film Mandalorian and Grogu.
I don't know if that's pronounced right or not, but I'll say yay.
He's going to be the voice of Jabba the Hutt's son, Rata the Hutt.
Now, he is too cute to be just a voice.
Jabba the Hutt's got a kid. That means there's a Mama the Hutt out there.
Oh, my. That whole family of the Hutt.
Oh, my gosh. Ooh.
Yeah.
I bet he has a kid, Pizza the Hutt.
Crazy.
Chris Evans is expected to be returning to the MCU in Adventures Doomsday. No word on what character he'll be playing. Linda Cardellini has joined the cast of HBO's dark comedy series DTF St. Louis, starring alongside Jason Bateman and David Harbour. This is according to Variety. The 7-episode series is about a love triangle between 3 adults.
Not a Hallmark movie.
Doing dirty things.
Really?
Yeah. Like they think it's a good idea and then come to find out.
Yeah. I would say most things are like that.
Not a good idea. Yeah. Ben Affleck has no interest in dating right now.
Wow.
The insiders.
The last 2 Jennifers he's had has wore him out. He's like, I'm done right now. I need a break.
I'm out.
I need a break with these ladies.
The insider says Ben is focused on numerous projects he's working on and is still adjusting to single life amidst his divorce from J-Lo. And also says Ben's divorce from Jennifer hasn't even been finalized. But even if it were, dating's just not where he's not where his head's at. Ben is taking time to focus on himself, his kids, and his career. Lately, he's been spending quality time with his ex-wife, Jennifer Gardner, and their children.
You think they'll get back together?
I don't know. She just seems sweet.
I think she's a little Virginia girl.
She seems sweet and
Little
kind.
country girl.
Yeah.
I think she really cares about him, though. She's tried to help him when he's fallen off the wagon before, even after they divorced.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard has finalized her divorce from Ryan Anderson. If you care about Gypsy Rose Blanchard, whoever that is. I know you've explained her to me before, but I don't remember.
She's the one whose mom had Munchausen by proxy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Put her in a wheelchair, had feeding tubes in her, and nothing was even wrong with her. And then she wound up convincing her boyfriend to kill her mom.
I remember that now.
And now she's famous.
Yeah. Time Magazine has revealed its short list for 2024's Person of the Year. We'll see what you think. Who should get it here, Sheila? Kamala Harris, Kate Middleton, Elon Musk, Benjamin Netanyahu, some Russians.
Some Russians. You can't pronounce their names.
Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, Joe Rogan, Donald Trump, Mark Zuckerberg. Of those, who would you
Elon.
I mean, doesn't it have to go to Elon?
I'm just thinking for the rocket ship alone.
Yeah, just his innovations.
I mean, he's pretty amazing with the innovations.
The guy has not only figured out how to shoot a rocket up, but then catch it when it comes back to Earth.
It's just crazy.
He's provided satellite cellular communication to the world at sometimes in places where they couldn't get anything else for free.
Right.
He is on the forefront of electric vehicles, whether you're for them or against them.
And Barry Wilmore has been stuck up in space since the summer.
Yeah.
Nobody can get him, but Elon's sending something up there
Right.
in February to go get him.
So I don't know how it couldn't be Elon.
I think it kind of has to be.
It has to be, right?
Just as an innovator.
I would go Elon and then Trump and then Joe Rogan. Those would be those are the three to choose from. Everybody else is okay. They're all deserving in some way, I'm sure. Maybe. But those three for sure are.
Yeah.
You had Elon, who's invented all this stuff and done all these great things. Trump, one of the biggest comebacks in political history ever, probably. And then Joe Rogan, who's turned podcasting into a thing that actually makes sense for people to do. It's a full blown business.
That's innovative on its own.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think those are your top three of who should win Person of the Year, which probably means none of those people will win Person of the Year.
Probably not.
Time might get canceled if they pick one of those three. Sheila, the Golden Globe nominations are out. So for Best Motion Picture Drama, The Brutalist, The Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nickel Boys, and September 5th. Have you seen any of them?
I haven't even heard of any of them. I've heard of Dune. I've heard of Dune.
I watched the Dune.
Was it good? Dune?
I like those Dune movies.
That's Timothy Chalamet in that, ain't it?
I think so.
Dark-haired guy.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
Curly hair, was kind of skinny.
Best motion picture, musical or comedy. Nora, Challengers, Emily Perez, The Real Pain, The Substance, and Wicked.
The only one I've heard of is Wicked.
Yeah, but I hadn't seen it. It just came out. How's it even nominated? For animated, Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Moana 2, Wallace and Gromit, and The Wild Robot.
Memoir of a Snail?
Yeah.
That's just a funny title.
I haven't seen any of those. Let's get to someone who's seen maybe Squid Game, best television series drama. You watched that, didn't you?
I did.
And The Diplomat. That's pretty good if you haven't seen it.
I don't know who's in that.
I think it's on Netflix or Prime or one of those, but it's a good show. That's what I always hate about these things. You get these lists and you're like, I've never even heard of that.
And how do they get on the list if the majority of us haven't heard of them?
Well, I always just think I'm, not paying attention. If this was college football, I'd know what the heck they were talking about.
You'd know everything and the stats and
But
players.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. And it's okay that we don't.
Right. That's the Golden Globes. And there's that comedian that's hosting them, too. I can't think of her name. Blonde lady. Super nasty. She's in all the roasts.
Chelsea Handler?
No, not Chelsea Handler. But like her in a way.
I don't know.
And I'm not even sure when that show even comes on. I don't even know why we're talking about it. We got The Real Good. That's coming up next. Also, round 2 of this week's Ask Sheila. That's coming up in just a minute. So stick around with us on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Windows studio.
Hey guys, Ron Crane here from Dependable Auto Sales and Service, also Colonial Automotive, towing, rentals, we've got it all. Guys, if it's automotive, even if you need body work, if you've been in a wreck or something, please let us know. 931-526-7355. That's 931-526-SELL, S-E-L-L, 24/7 at dasautosales.com. That's dasautosales.com, and we're located 1575 Interstate Drive, the only car dealership on the left on Restaurant Row. Please come see us at any time. Thanks, guys.
Experience peace of mind with Cove Generators, your trusted partner in power solutions. This holiday season, stay powered during the holidays with our exclusive offer. Purchase a Generac generator before 2025 and receive a free 10-year warranty. Whether it's for home, outdoor, or commercial use, our expert installers ensure you will never lose power again. Visit us at 728 East 15th Street, Cookeville, Tennessee, or call 615-241-6343. Trust the Cove Generators family to keep your family safe and powered this winter.
'Tis the season for all of my favorite treats. Now, where are Grandma's homemade holiday cookies? Hold up. Where are Grandma's cookies?
Easy, Joe. Grandma brought something even sweeter this season.
Your triple fudge brownies?
No, Joey. Holiday instant games from the Tennessee Lottery.
Made from scratch holiday wins? Grandma, you're a genius.
Give the gift of holiday instant games topped with sweet cash prizes. Only from the Tennessee Lottery. Oh, what game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Hey Golden Eagle fans, it's Tennessee Tech head coach Kim Roseman. Let's get ready for an action-packed season of Tennessee Tech men and women's basketball at the hoop. Don't miss a minute of the excitement as your Golden Eagles battle for an OVC championship. With thrilling matchups, intense rivalries, and unforgettable moments, it's the best time of the year to cheer on your Golden Eagles. Call the Tennessee Tech ticket office now at 931-372-3940 to grab your seats or visit ttusports.com. Wings up!
Backed by popular demand, now through December 21st, Cumberland County Playhouse presents Irving Berlin's White Christmas. Based on the beloved film, this heartwarming musical features 17 classic Irving Berlin songs with a dazzling score featuring well-known standards like Blue Skies, I Love a Piano, Sisters, and of course the immortal title song. White Christmas is an uplifting musical that'll tap your toes and warm your heart. Don't miss White Christmas. Rated G and sponsored by Uplands Village. Call 931-484-5000 or visit ccplayhouse.com.
Hey everyone, this is Magic Mike with Carlin Chevrolet. We continue to have great deals and low interest rates. Right now, we have 3 remaining demo vehicles, 2 trucks and a Tahoe, all with less than 3,000 miles and huge discounts. These things won't last long. We're now starting to get more electric vehicles. We currently have a few Equinoxes and even 1 EV truck. These things are really cool and high tech. If you want to save money and have an alternative to gas, these things are the way to go. Get down to the corner of Spring and Willow to see for yourself. See you soon.
Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville. 1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. It's Jason and Sheila. We're live here in the Willow Window studio. It's 6:50 now.
McCulley's Amazing Acres. That's going to be our guests coming up after 7. Daniel McCulley will be in along with Tyler. We'll talk about Christmas trees. They've got such a beautiful farm, and now they're got some Christmas trees you can get over there too, and then probably a lot more like excitement happening. Then Thomas Savage, there's Tennessee healthcare that he's going to talk about, and some ways that he can help us actually understand some things. And we'll talk to Thomas Savage at 7:30.
That's all coming up here on Good Morning Cookeville. Right now, though, a couple of stories that are positive and uplifting, and we call it the real good. 4-year-old Elliot Hole of Kent, England, is battling leukemia and is nearing the end of his treatment. After months of going in and out of children's hospitals, Elliot's now enjoying more hobbies, and he just started playing soccer. But Elliot hasn't forgotten the challenges of being in the hospital and wanted to spread some holiday cheer to the kids who haven't quite gotten out of the hospital yet. So he and his mom, Harley, they organized a toy drive. They collected hundreds of fun gifts, including chocolate and games and bubbles and stickers and stationery, little things like that, and some other items. Thanks to the thoughtfulness and effort of Elliot and Harley, as well as the generosity of people in the community, Elliot delivered 400 Christmas presents to the children's hospitals.
That's a lot.
The same ones where he received care.
Aw.
Harley described the scene by saying the reception from the patients was brilliant. The nurses were all amazed by how much there was. He wheeled in his huge crate of presents. Harley also expressed what makes Elliot so special is he's the kind of little boy, she said. He's quite outgoing considering everything he's been through, and you would never think that anything was ever up. He's quiet, strong, and he's strong-willed and just powers through.
Seems like he understands what the other kids are going through because he's gone through it, and he just really cares. How sweet is that?
Another real good story here. There's a national charity group called Sleep in Heavenly Peace, and they have a mission of building beds and giving those beds along with bedding and blankets to those in need. The group has a local chapter in Jonesboro, Arkansas, and they set a holiday goal of 100 donated blankets with hopes that the members of the community would step up and give as much as possible. Amazingly, one woman, Miss Hawkins, donated 100 handmade blankets all by herself.
Oh, my goodness.
She makes a variety of styles to make sure everyone has something that they might like. And before the charity drive was all over, she had created 140 blankets that'll now be going to a good cause. I don't feel like there's I don't feel there's going to be a kid in Jonesboro that doesn't have one of these blankets. They won't be able to find one that they like, she said.
I love that. And, you know, little boys and little girls both like blankets, you know, snuggle up in them. Excuse me, I got a little touch there, didn't I?
Yeah.
You can snuggle up in them and makes you feel a little warm and safe. And Sleep in Heavenly Peace, Sparta's got a version of Sleep in Heavenly Peace.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they've been on our show before.
Yeah. So to those two things, y'all are real good. All right, it's Ask Sheila time. And, I think you'll get some of these, Sheila.
Do you?
Yeah. So you got 2 yesterday, right?
I did.
So we're up to 2. And, of course, we're going for 10 for the week. Right? That would be
9 ties my record, 10 breaks it.
Yeah, so we're going for 10. All right, Sheila, first question in round 2 of this week's Ask Sheila. 30% of men in a recent survey said they haven't done this in at least 5 years. What is it?
I haven't done this in
30% of men in a recent survey said they haven't done this in at least 5 years.
Went out drinking with their buddies.
No, that's not it. Worn a bathing suit in public.
I mean, I wasn't even thinking bathing suits.
Me neither. I didn't figure most fellas cared too much.
That seems more like us girls.
Yeah.
We worry about all of that.
Well, things are changing. All right, Sheila. Number 2 question here. A recent study found that men with these will end up making better life decisions. What are they?
Men with kids.
What kind of kids?
What kind of kids?
Yeah.
Their own?
There's 2 different kinds.
Oh. Sons and daughters. Daughters?
Daughters. I can see that.
Yeah. Like you want your daughter to think you're a good man.
Right. And then you want her to think.
And you want the example for her because
Right.
you want her to find a decent one when she gets
That's
old
right.
enough.
Yeah. I faked being a real good guy
You faked it.
around Maddie.
Yeah.
And then I think she
She's
married.
got a real good
I think
guy.
she married
Yeah.
a good guy. He's a little full of himself.
Just like her daddy.
He's a little
full of himself, but he's a good guy.
Little full of
Kind of like somebody else I know.
Well, thinks quite a bit of himself, that's for sure. Half of men in a recent survey said they do this on a daily basis.
Step on the scales, weigh themselves.
No, I thought that. I mean, half 50% is a big number. I don't know if that many men.
50.
Yeah, half. Okay. Well, half of men, 50% of men in a recent survey said they do this on a daily basis. What is it?
Look for gray hair.
Well, it's close, Sheila.
Oh, it's close.
Yeah.
Gray hair. Look in their comb to see if they're losing their hair.
Check for bald spots and thinning hair.
I can see that. Yeah.
I haven't reached that point yet.
You won't reach that point. I've seen your daddy. He's got a big old thick
He does.
head of hair.
Yeah, he's like me. He's got to go every 2 or 3 weeks to get a haircut.
It's a blessing and a curse.
It is. I try not to complain about it because so many of my buddies are bald.
Are you talking about my husband? He's got a pretty bald head.
All right, but then look at my friends, Tim,
Yeah.
Joe, Jerry.
Yeah.
That's 3 baldies right there. Sean, three
Sean's
bald.
in there?
Sean's not shaves his head down.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And some of them choose just to be bald. Some of them still have a little hair around the sides and stuff.
Yeah, Tim has a little hair, but he's like,
they choose to be bald.
it looks better than halfway,
Yeah, and they do because of convenience, because they can just shave their head, and be done with it, which sounds great.
My husband said it's very freeing, is what
Yeah.
he said. So I think the 3 bald friends you named are fine with being bald.
Right, but I don't have the type of head it takes to be bald.
You don't know. You've never been that way.
I think I'd look terrible.
Well, I've seen it cut real short. You
Yeah.
had like a military cut. You look okay with that.
I've been thinking about getting the Pete Hegseth.
Oh, is that like real
Yeah, you know who Pete is, don't you?
kind of?
Oh, Sheila. Here you are on the news station. My Lord.
My Lord.
I'd like to
He gets so upset with
I'd
me.
like to apologize for Sheila.
It was like, Pete who?
Google him up and you'll see what I'm talking about.
If I care.
We'll be back. Macaulay's Amazing Acres will be in here just a minute. Daniel and Tyler, also Thomas Savage, will be in after 7:30 talking a little health care in the state of Tennessee. That's all coming up here in just a little bit on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. Be right back.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY. 107.7 FM. And AM 1400. WHUB Cookeville.
He's charged in 2 states after 1 murder. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
The suspected killer remains behind bars in Pennsylvania this morning. Luigi Mangione is now charged in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson.
Murder among the charges Mangione faces in New York. Fox's Brooke Singman also reports.
His arrest came after a tip from a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Authorities say the 26-year-old was carrying a gun believed to be the one used to shoot Thompson. Local officials hailing the employee who made the call to authorities as a hero.
Police also found a fake ID and a mask, similar to the one the killer wore.
Additionally, officers recovered a handwritten document that speaks to both his motivation and mindset.
That's NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch. Trump Defense Secretary nominee Pete Hegseth will keep meeting with Republican senators, defiant amid sexual misconduct and other allegations. Hegseth tells Fox's Hannity,
I'm going to walk into the door of every one of these senators with just as an open book, willing to answer their questions because they deserve answers.
Trump's pick for Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, also met with senators yesterday, addressing concerns about her sympathetic comments on Russia and about her meeting in 2017 with Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad.
That's Fox's Rich Edson near the Trump estate in West Palm Beach, Florida. Now, Assad was ousted the other day by Syria's opposition rebels after a long civil war.
Now the hard part, putting the country back together again. Street scenes today in Damascus were calmer. Israel, however, is wasting no time asserting its control over one-time enemy Syria, hitting 300 more suspected military sites overnight and seizing a bit of buffer territory.
That's Fox's Greg Palcott. Israel's prime minister is in court right now, testifying in a corruption trial. Benjamin Netanyahu denies the charges and calls them a drop in the sea compared to the challenges he faces protecting Israel. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
He's coming. Here he goes.
Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Daniel Penny is off the hook in New York City. Days after a manslaughter charge was dropped, a jury acquitted him of criminally negligent homicide in the death of Jordan Neely, a homeless man Penny subdued on a subway train last year while Neely threatened passengers demanding money.
The attorney for Jordan Neely's family, Dante Mills, was blunt about how Daniel Penny's trial ended.
The district attorney did a good job, but the jury in this case let us down.
Mills says a wrongful death civil suit will move forward on behalf of the family of Neely, who was subdued on the subway by Penny's chokehold that preceded his death. Andre Zachary, Neely's dad, said,
"My son didn't have to go through this. I didn't have to go through this either."
The case led to discussions of race. Penny is white, Neely was black, as well as other social issues such as mental illness. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are barely moving after a sell-off that knocked the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 down from record highs. On Monday Night Football, a battle of teams with slim NFL playoff hopes.
Cincinnati took advantage of a Dallas mental blunder to knock off the Cowboys 27-20. Late in the fourth quarter, Dallas blocked a Cincinnati punt on a 4th and 27 situation, but Cowboys special team player Amani Oruwariye mishandled the ball and the Bengals recovered. Moments later, Joe Burrow found Jamar Chase on a 40-yard TD with 1:01 left to give Cincinnati the lead for good.
That's Fox's Bob Mortale. Both the Bengals and the Cowboys are now 5-8 on the season. In college football, the Heisman Trophy finalists have been named. 2 are quarterbacks, Miami's Cam Ward and Dylan Gabriel, who's led top-ranked Oregon to an undefeated season. Also up for the Heisman, Boise State running back Ashton Jonty and Colorado's Travis Hunter, who plays both offense and defense. We'll find out who gets the trophy Saturday. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. The Putnam County Board of Education has decided to proceed with the transformation of the old Parkview School into a pre-K center. Board members have approved an agreement with Energy Systems Group to oversee the work at a cost of $8.7 million. A portion of Dodson Branch Road in Putnam County is reopened following a bridge replacement project that began in August. The Putnam County Fire Department says final paving will take place in the near future, but traffic patterns in the 3100 block of Dodson Branch have returned to normal. More than 1,000 Tennessee Tech students will enter the ranks of the university's newest alumni at a fall commencement held across 2 ceremonies Friday. A university press release says graduates encompass students from 74 counties across the state, 21 states, and 15 other countries. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning. Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. It's Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:06 now.
Well, Daniel and Tyler is with us from McCulley's Amazing Acres of Sparta. And welcome. I know it's Christmas time. I know a lot of folks think of guys.
We're not used to hearing from y'all around Christmas time.
They think of it pumpkin season, but no, it's Christmas trees too, right?
Yep, it is now.
Is this the first year for Christmas trees?
Yep. So this is the first year we've ever done the Christmas trees. So we continue to grow the farm, try to get something in every season. So now we run from Easter to Christmas. So we started doing Christmas trees this year. We've had trees planted for almost 5 years now, but we're finally getting to cut some of those trees. So this weekend will be our third weekend we've ever been open for Christmas trees.
Christmas trees, is that what they call slow farming?
Absolutely. Extremely slow.
Yeah.
Long-term investment. Very dedicated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like corn.
Soybeans. Yeah, you don't turn them around.
You plant it, you harvest it. You plant it, you harvest all this, but trees take 5 years.
Correct.
Right?
It's minimal. Yeah, it depends on the variety. Some take up to 9 years, so it depends.
Wow.
Anywhere between 5 to 10 years, probably.
Yeah. What's the most popular Christmas tree?
The number one selling Christmas tree in the world is going to be the Fraser fir, and unfortunately, that tree don't grow here. We do offer that tree. We buy some pre-cut Fraser firs, but we mainly grow pine. We got Virginia pine, we got white pine, we got Leland cypress, Norway spruce, and Canaan fir. So we are experimenting with some firs. So hopefully that's coming.
Can you buy them to where they're live? They're in a ball, or are they all cut?
No, so we just do choose and cut only.
Okay.
If you do the ball and burlap, it's you got to have a nursery license. That's a whole other ball game.
I didn't know there was such thing as a nursery.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
So this is like a whole experience for the family. They can come out on a farm like they pick their pumpkins almost, and.
Absolutely, yeah. We have bow saws, and you and your family can come out and pick a tree, saw it down yourself. And we've got Christmas music playing. We've got fires. We've got apple cider and hot cocoa. So
it's a whole experience.
It's the whole experience.
And you know what? As a family, when you cut down your own tree, that is really a good memory for the kids.
So my son cuts our tree down every year. So he gets excited. He's 9-year-old now. So he goes out there with a handsaw and he cuts it down every year. So
is there going to be a bring your own chainsaw event or anything like that?
No, I don't know about that yet.
That'd make things a little easier for the dads, I'm sure, because
somebody get fighting over a Christmas tree, it could be bad.
I mean, but once you call your Christmas tree, that's your Christmas tree, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's the way it works. Is that's my Christmas tree, and then you're the one who gets to cut it.
It's the way it's supposed to work.
Yep.
I've called parking spaces before. I had people like, no, it's mine.
Parking spaces are different than that. So when you first started on this Christmas tree journey, were you like, this is going to be great, or halfway through you're like, this may be the dumbest thing we've ever done? I mean, what?
I will say there were some times that we were questioning, is it going to be worth it? Because, the first 5 or 6 years, you're not really, you're just planting and you're having to maintain, you're growing your crop, and then your workload grows. But then.
So you have to keep them mowed out. So it's like mowing your yard, except it's several acres, and you're mowing these out, and then you're having to spray them.
And there's nothing worse than mowing around trees.
Yes.
Especially evergreens.
Yeah, you got a whole field of trees.
Yeah. But this year we've been re-energized. The community's come out. It's been great.
Got to meet a lot of good people.
Absolutely.
Now, do you have to, as they grow, do you have to keep them kind of shaped up as well, or you just let them grow willy-nilly until time to sell?
No, we have to shear them every year. We got to shear them back and keep them shaped, and we got to make sure bugs and stuff ain't attacking them. So there's something going on year round with them.
Mm-hmm. What kind of bug attacks these trees?
They get aphids and some other mites and stuff. They get in there, and it's just like your trees in your yard. It'll get in, and they'll actually start damaging the tops, and then the tops don't grow right.
Yeah,
bagworms.
Yeah, they'll eat all the needles off of them.
Bagworms. Yeah, I remember those as kids. They looked cool when we were kids, though. Bagworms.
Yeah.
And now you're there like, I hate them guys.
Yeah.
So now the farm, that's all part of a family farm, but this tree part, was that you guys coming up with this part of it, or Jimmy, Karen, what were they thinking when y'all came up with this, or if that's even how it went down?
So this is something that we've wanted to do for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We're just trying to find where to put them and how to do this. So this is something that me and my brother Tyler have got going, and we're the ones keeping them mowed out, keeping them shaped. So this is just kind of our part to the farm,
right?
Which it's just like I said, we continue to try to keep growing and offering more for people, for families to come out for that family experience. So you can come out for Easter, then you come out for the spring with the strawberries, and then in the fall with the sunflowers and the corn maze and pumpkin patch, and then now we can move right on into Christmas with the Christmas trees. So.
Do you think that Christmas time with the Christmas trees and all that stuff will turn out to be as big as your fall? Because there's plenty of other activities you can add to this.
Oh yeah, we're hopeful. Yeah, we've got big aspirations, and as the years go on, we've got a lot of different varieties of trees planted, and they grow at different speeds. So we hope to offer more every year as some of these other slower growing varieties become 6 foot, 7 foot trees that we can sell. But we've got a lot of hopes in the future, a lot of ideas, and.
We've got a lot of infrastructure on the farm. We're just trying to figure out how to use that for the Christmas season and what'll fit best. So some things we've been kicking around, like cookie decorating for kids, or wreath making for parents, where they can come make their own wreath, Christmas lights, and how to take the activities we have on the farm and put the Christmas spin on them. And
are you talking about when you say Christmas lights, like drive-through Christmas?
We don't know,
lights?
so we're just kick stuff around. We don't know where that'll go eventually.
Be that ambitious.
Yeah, I don't know.
Definitely
it's
some
a lot.
lights.
Yeah,
I don't know about a drive-through yet.
Yeah.
I wonder how y'all have enough trees really. You said it takes 5 to 9 years to grow them. Did you have different fields of trees?
So we keep planting every year. Every spring we plant.
Yeah, and that's why every year at the start, your workload gets more and more and more and more. But now we've reached that point where we're getting to
some of those.
Yeah, cut some every year. So now we don't have to necessarily grow it any bigger. We just got to keep replanting what we're cutting.
I got you. So you plant a little bit every year. So every year as they mature, you've got some to. Now, is the hope to just be able to get exclusively from what y'all are growing, or is it still something you're going to go and get those firs and stuff that don't grow here?
We'll probably always offer some fir trees because some people, that's just what they prefer.
Yeah.
But we're definitely gonna, we're gonna have lots of varieties for people to come out and pick and cut themselves, and that's more what we're looking at. But we'll always offer.
Pine trees will make a really pretty Christmas tree as well, though. They really
like
do.
a pine tree.
It's just we just can't grow the firs.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the firs too. They're really pretty. They smell good. I just wish we could grow them around here.
Is it just we get too too cold?
No, yeah,
we
we're not high enough elevation, so they will grow in the highest elevations of eastern Tennessee. North Carolina is the #1 producer of firs, and then on up north, in the Appalachians, they'll grow up there.
Okay. We got more of the McCulleys coming up here in just a little bit, so stick around for that. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio.
When it's more than just your lawn, it deserves the Kubota Z400. Get a head-turning offer on class-leading speed, agility, simple deck height adjustments, and a quality cut. When you need comfort and performance, then you need the professional-grade Kubota Z400. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 48 months or save $300. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
See Sam, Tim, or Alan Brown at Hicks Brothers Tractor Service on South Jefferson Avenue in Cookeville. We're your locally owned Kubota dealer.
You've prolonged it enough. 1 year quickly turned into 2, 2 years into 10, and now you've lost track of how long it's been since you've seen the dentist.
A trip to the dental office can be a scary thing for many people, but there is help. Hi, I'm Dr. Sandy Hayes.
And I'm Dr. Kevin Hayes. At Hayes Family Dentistry, we're changing the way people think about going to the dentist. We use the latest advancements in dental technology, including sedation dentistry, which offers hope to people who fear going to the dentist, or patients who need to have a lot of dental work done in just fewer appointments.
With one little peel, you'll ease into a state of relaxation and all of your fears will melt away, allowing us to correct years of dental problems, often in just one visit.
For more information, call us at Hayes Family Dentistry, 931-526-1614. That's 931-526-1614, or visit hayesdentistry.com and find out how easy it is to have the smile you've always wanted.
Your Cookeville Gas Department works closely with contractors to make certain no gas line is broken when excavation is done. However, there are times when damage does occur. If you smell gas where construction is being done, please notify the gas department immediately. Better yet, call us before you dig and let us locate the lines for you. Help us keep natural gas the safest energy there is. Natural gas, energy for life. This message brought to you in the interest of safety from the Cookeville Gas Department in cooperation with the Tennessee Public Utility Commission.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
1077 and 1400, The Hub. Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville.
It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:18 now with Jason and Sheila.
And we have our special guests from McCulley's Amazing Acres, Daniel and Tyler McCulley. We're talking about the farm, and for the first year, you've had Christmas trees, but you've been growing them for years, and they're finally ready to cut, right?
So, 4.5 years in the making, and so we're finally getting to allow people to come out and choose and cut their own Christmas tree.
Tell us a little bit about the maintenance of all this, because you think, a tree, like most of us in our yard, we're going to go plant the tree, and the tree's planted, and the tree happens.
Yeah. Right.
It just happens. But there's a little bit more extra that goes into
tree farming,
making the perfect Christmas tree. So can you give us a little bit of how your tree gets made?
Yeah, we plant them as saplings, just little bitty tiny things, probably a foot tall, maybe a little bit taller than that. Mm-hmm. And then every year as it grows, you've got to keep it sheared, and you've got to mow them out all summer long to keep the grass and vegetation from overtaking the tree and choking it out. And then you got to make sure bugs, bagworms, and different, insects don't attack the trees. And yeah, what else, Daniel?
And then the final prep for the pines around here, just to make that pretty perfect Christmas tree, is you actually, after you go through and you shear, you go through and you put this all natural stuff on them that helps them keep their needles longer, and you put some colorant on them, make them keep that color, because trees, I mean, this time of year, just naturally they start to brown a little, they drop some needles. So you want that perfect Christmas tree, though, you want to keep that look. So you add these natural products to help just keep them help them hold their needles and keep that really pretty color.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't get past saplings. If I was to plant a sapling, I don't think it would survive because I've touched it. So, I mean,
we've lost several over the years.
Several casualties.
And the drought, I mean, the drought this year even got some of them. It was pretty hard on some of them. And different varieties are a little hardier than other varieties. This first variety we have available this year is Virginia pines, and they're probably one of the most hardy tree. I don't think you can actually kill them, but they.
That's
the tree to grow. Yeah, but then they grow really fast. They're a lot to stay on top of because they do grow so fast. They can get out of hand really quick, and then they don't look as pretty. But we have some white pines coming up next year. They look really good. They're a little more uniformed, very full.
A little bit longer needles than the Virginia pine. We'll still offer some Virginia pines next year. So next year we should have white pine and Virginia pine.
And as the years grow, we'll have more varieties of trees available, just because it takes longer. So we've got spruce planted and firs and
Leland
cypress and the pines. So as the years go on, we'll have more trees available, more varieties. It's just as they get mature enough to actually choose and cut.
Well, it's funny because we were talking about buying a live tree and then planting the live tree and all that. And we were talking about how back in the day, a lot of people did that, or you just went out to the field and cut something that was
cedar tree.
A cedar tree. And
we did, yeah.
People are getting more picky about what their tree looks like. So I mean, that's to have all these different types.
They watch all these Hallmark movies.
Yes.
We blame Hallmark too.
Hallmark is to blame for a
like
lot.
A Hallmark movie.
That's what we're shooting for.
I mean, my goodness, the whole experience, whether it be Easter and the strawberries and then pumpkins in October, and then now Christmas experience. I mean, that the McCulley's Amazing Acres is really, you make memories.
Yeah. And something else I failed to mention, we started making handmade wreaths this year out of some of our pine trees, and then some of the trimmings off of some of the bottoms of the Fraser firs. So we
actually use some of those cedars on the farm too to fill in the wreaths. We actually use some of the cedar that just grows natural on the farm, mix that in with some of our pines, and then some of the fir pruning that we've done. So
are you guys selling those as well?
Correct. Yes.
So if you don't have room for a big real live tree, you can still make your house smell great with one of these wreaths too.
Absolutely, yeah.
And in the trimming, you have to have some trimmings. I mean, that's in songs.
Yeah.
So if it's in Christmas songs,
it's got to happen.
That's right.
Have to do it.
That's right. You got to have them.
Have you guys planted one off like pretty far? It's a big one, so someone can have their Clark Griswold moment.
Not yet. Give us a couple years though, and then we might have some of those. Yeah, we might have some of those real tall, 12 to 15 foot trees.
Well, that's just one of the funniest scenes
one of
ever.
my favorite movies ever.
That's
a
you
classic.
gotta watch it at least twice a year, right?
At least, right? The beginning and then a little bit closer to Christmas.
That's right.
But that scene there where they find the perfect Christmas tree and it's
the lights,
lights down on it. That's kind of how it feels when you're watching people come out and look for their tree and they find one. Are you guys like Clark Griswold moment? We did it. They finally found their tree.
And we do have the saws for them, so if they forget the saw, we have a saw.
They'll have to pull it up by the root ball. All right, so explain the saw to us. So what kind of saw is it? Is it a one-man thing? Is it a two-man thing?
It's just a one-man thing. It's a bow saw.
Little handheld bow saw.
Yeah, a little handheld bow saw. And, it's surprisingly, you can cut a tree down pretty fast with it. I mean, it only takes probably 3 minutes. You could cut one down with a bow saw.
I wouldn't want to cut an oak tree with it, but these pine trees cut pretty good.
Yeah.
And for us old fellas, you don't mind if we take a break, right? About a minute and a half
Not
in,
at all.
I'm going to need to
Not at
go,
all.
ooh.
Daddy needs to rest, right?
My back's hurting a little bit from this bow saw.
I know y'all said y'all kind of trim them up as you go all year long.
Mm-hmm.
I bet there was extra trimming before you opened for this December.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just shape them up and make them look even prettier.
Oh yeah. We went through just a few weeks before we opened, and put the final shear on them to make them look as pretty.
Because they keep growing after you shear them. They still start growing out, and it's kind of like a fresh haircut. It's
there's
nice
always
and
some
tight.
crazy pieces, aren't there?
When you're doing the shearing, is it by hand, by some sort of clippers, or do you have an electric deal?
No, we're old school. We use just a knife. It's a long blade. It's
like a machete.
Yeah, kind of like a smaller machete. And nearly cut my leg off a couple times, but I survived. And
our muscles are getting bigger.
yeah, it'll wear you out, but it's very efficient.
So y'all are just going through like,
yeah. You just.
You think you want to try it, don't you? Until you see
There
how
we
hard
go.
it
There we
is.
go. We might need to get a YouTube video of this out here. Jason out here.
I'll watch y'all do it, but
I mean that process, people will be impressed and see how hard you really work to get it all presentable for everybody, so they can have a memory for Christmas.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, but when you get it home, you don't have to have your own machete, right?
No.
No, we get everything ready for you. I mean, we go through and we'll prune off the branches on the bottom so you can get it in your stand. All of our pre-cuts, we give them a fresh cut, and then we'll run them through the machine and net them up. So we even have a shaker, so we can make the Christmas trees dance and get all the dead needles and all the droppings out of them for you, so you don't carry
a squirrel in
it. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, get the squirrels out for you.
Yeah. And what about when they get it home? There's always got to keep it watered, or I put a little bit of Coca-Cola in mine, or I use Dr. Pepper. I cover the bottom with WD-40. You hear all this stuff. I mean, what is there a secret sauce to it, or is it just water?
I think it's just water.
That's what we've always done.
Yeah, there could be. I don't know. I mean, there might be some truth to some of those old wives' tales, but we just recommend water. But
I don't know what Dr. Pepper or Coke would do.
I don't know. With my grandpa, you could cure anything or do anything with WD-40.
Yeah.
WD-40 was, my knee hurts. Have you tried WD-40? My Christmas tree's drying out. Have you tried WD-40?
Some of that soda might make it a little stickier. It might make the needle stick on a little bit better.
I don't know, but
there may be some truth to it.
Yeah.
I've heard that, right? No one ever mentions Mountain Dew, which I always thought would have been the perfect answer for that.
I think so.
Yeah. Maybe it's too caffeinated for that tree.
I have no idea.
Might make it grow too fast after you cut it.
But Mountain Dew seems like it would be the thing to keep a Christmas tree.
Got the right color for it.
Yeah.
Or eggnog. You'd think eggnog would work real good too, but no one ever mentions that.
Put a little eggnog in there, it'll be fine. It'll be Christmassy.
But then that eggnog will spoil.
That'd be a bad Christmas. Nasty.
Guys, when are you open? When can we come get a Christmas tree? Give us all the details on that.
You want to start?
So we're going to open. So we've been open for the last 2 weekends. This week we're going to open up Friday evening from 3 to dark. We'll be open Saturday from 10 till dark. Yeah.
I like it.
From 10 till dark, and then Sunday from 1 till dark.
All right. Is there any events going on like Santa or anything like that on certain days, or?
I don't think so. Right?
So Santa's been there the last 2 weekends. I don't know that Santa will be back out, but just follow us on our Facebook page, and we keep everything
Santa's
posted.
Probably getting busier the closer it gets
he's got a lot to do.
And for all you folks out there that you like putting your tree up before Thanksgiving, follow us on Facebook, because next year we look at probably being open the weekend prior to Thanksgiving, and then definitely on Black Friday following Thanksgiving.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people do. There's a lot of crazy people out there.
This is our first year, so we've been a little bit. We were trying to hustle and get everything ready, so we didn't make it for Black Friday this year. So we opened the Saturday right after. But next year we're definitely gonna be a little more prepared, and we can open a little earlier. So
that's pretty good. I mean, but you opened for Small Business Saturdays.
Yeah, we did, absolutely.
And a lot of people have 2 Christmas trees now.
Yeah.
That's very true.
I mean,
several people has come out and cut 2 of their own.
We've sold several families
Really?
2 trees this year. Yes, we have.
That's a lot of
I
work.
remember when we were a kid, we were lucky just to have one.
Same here.
That's
Right. You'd end up with some old cedar tree that had been out in the field that the cattle been rubbing up against. And that's good enough.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
Well, guys, congratulations on this. I know it's been a lot of work, and you put a lot of your heart and love into it. So I imagine it'll be like everything else the McCulleys do, and
it will be great.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
So
we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all having us in here.
No problem.
We do. Thank you so
Go
much.
and find them online. Give out the webpage.
It's McCulley'sAmazingAcres.com. Then you can follow us on Facebook. So we actually have 2 Facebook pages. We got one just for the Christmas trees.
Okay.
It's the McCulley's Amazing Acres Christmas Tree Farm, and then we got the McCulley's Amazing Acres on Facebook. But we keep stuff posted on both of them. So just follow us on Facebook. Look us up so you can keep up with what's going on year round on the farm.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Making
Thank y'all for having
unforgettable
us.
memories.
That's right. So good morning, Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. The Putnam County Board of Education has decided to proceed with the transformation of the old Parkview School into a pre-K center. Board members have approved an agreement with Energy Systems Group to oversee the work at a cost of $8.7 million. A portion of Dodson Branch Road in Putnam County is reopened following a bridge replacement project that began in August. The Putnam County Fire Department says final paving will take place in the near future, but traffic patterns in the 3100 block of Dodson Branch have returned to normal. More than 1,000 Tennessee Tech students will enter the ranks of the university's newest alumni at a fall commencement held across 2 ceremonies Friday. A university press release says graduates encompass students from 74 counties across the state, 21 states, and 15 other countries. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. On UCR last night, the Upperman Bees basketball team swept Grace Christian out of Knoxville. On the girls' side, Upperman won 49-32, while the boys won 76-50. The boys shut out Grace 30-0 in the second quarter after trailing 19-18. The 4 Heisman finalists have been announced. Oregon quarterback Dylan Gabriel, Colorado receiver and defensive back Travis Hunter, Miami quarterback Cam Ward, and Boise State running back Ashton Genty. 900 voters between media members and past Heisman winners picked their candidates, and the 4 with the most votes were named finalists. This year's winner will be announced on Saturday. Georgia quarterback Carson Beck injured his elbow right before halftime in the SEC championship game and is still exploring options for treatment. The university said there is no timetable for his return at the moment. The Bulldogs also lost punter Brett Thorson to a knee injury in the game. Tonight on UCR, we have 3 high school basketball games as Upperman hosts Franklin County. Pickett County travels to Stone Memorial, and Cookeville is at Farragut. I'm Jacob Vinson. That was the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank. The Fox Business Report is brought to you by Paul Winkler Incorporated, now with an office in Cookeville, creating confident investors. PaulWinkler.com.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report. Auto parts seller AutoZone is reporting a better-than-expected quarter. It's been seeing sales pick up and was able to open more stores in the U.S. and internationally. Johnson Outdoors, which makes gear for everything from fishing and camping to scuba diving, says its fall quarter was weaker than a year ago. It's citing a challenging marketplace. Alaska Air, which recently merged with Hawaiian Airlines, is boosting its forecast because it's seeing strong holiday demand and its costs came down. It outlined a 3-year plan to deliver $1 billion in profit. October and November bookings were better than expected. Starting next year, Alaska will offer nonstop flights to Tokyo and Seoul from Seattle. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola. Invested in you.
Success. It's discipline. It's teamwork. It's the drive and passion inside of us that comes before all recognition. It's the best of each of us made better by the best in all of us. It's what Stifel's been doing for over 130 years. And it's why Stifel is one of the fastest growing global wealth management and investment banking firms in the industry. Stifel. It's where success meets success. Start your journey at stifel.com. That's STIFEL.com.
Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC. And
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
One more mild day before the reality of winter starts to roll back in here. We'll see temperatures in the low 60s today. Rain chances go up this morning, but eventually will clear out as we get into the afternoon. We'll fall back into the 30s overnight. There might be a little light snow on the backside of the system. Maybe a dusting for some areas. Tomorrow near 40 with mostly sunny skies.
Good morning, Cookeville. With Jason and Sheila.
On 107.7 and 1400.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. 7:36 now.
And our guest is Thomas Savage. He is in here with us. He just came back from a healthcare conference, and we're going to talk about Tennessee healthcare this morning. And it's a confusing subject.
It's a very confusing subject, but you notice I got on my Good Trouble shirt, but it's good trouble.
Yeah.
It's something to talk about.
Yeah.
And,
I
and
think the more we talk about healthcare as a whole, the more we learn about healthcare. And there's so much to learn, whether it's what you should be eating to even the how to deal with billing from hospitals and things like that, because that's always confusing. I don't care if you're the smartest. I don't care if you're Elon Musk. I bet even he gets confused about his hospital bills.
He probably don't have to worry about it.
well, I'm thinking he's got someone to help him, but
I'm sure he just cuts a check. But
but I'm sure they tell him, Mr. Elon, I don't see how people do this. You know,
right?
Yeah.
Because it is that confusing. And if you are an older person, if you don't have access to internet, or if you don't have a grandchild to help you along the way, you just tore up from the floor up about this subject. Yeah.
So you went to a conference about healthcare. Now, was it just about the state of Tennessee, or was it about healthcare as a whole?
It was healthcare as a whole, and there was representatives from all over the United States there.
Okay.
As it was called the Community Catalyst Conference, and they are a large group of people that is philanthropic driven, and at the end of the day, they care about the least of these. I remember the last time I was here, and I was speaking actually toward the black community about healthcare, and I think you said, "Whoa, Tom, this healthcare thing is definitely outside of the black community. It's just you can wipe it like that, because everybody has problems.
Everybody, I mean, people are people, and everybody's health is everybody's health, no matter what you are on the outside.
Exactly. On this subject, it's the gang. It's safe to say the gang is all here.
The gang is all here. We all need to figure this one out.
We're all confused about it, and we all need help, and it's hard to get sometimes.
It is hard to get, but I got to tell you, the people in Putnam County are really working hard to to make it better. And even though I was there with people from all over the United States, but I have been participating with the Health Council here in Cookeville, and they are truly reaching out and doing good things and making sure that everyone is included, teachers, preachers, everyday people. They want to hear their story and what's going on with them in healthcare to make it better.
What were some of the things you learned there at the conference?
I think the highlight at the conference for me was learning how to collaborate. And part of the collaboration is to coalesce with other folk, but your name came up. And so, you know, you have to be, appreciate you letting me use your platform so I can have this conversation and talk to other folks so they can understand about the Tennessee Healthcare Campaign, which is a nonprofit.
Whoa, time out. You said our names came up, like mine and Sheila specifically came up at a healthcare thing.
I'll be honest with you, your name didn't come up, but I said, good. I know somebody.
Okay, good.
And her name is Sheila.
All right.
And so, but anyway, of course.
I was worried. I thought they were going to start naming diseases after us.
No.
It was my name that come up, not yours.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Lord.
Thank you, Thomas.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. They've got the Sheila.
Yeah.
Bad disease.
Yeah.
And they took that name back with them. But also knowing that you would allow me to come here and talk, you know, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, this type of conversation, radio, TV, doesn't matter. Don't leave a stone unturned to getting the word out to people.
Yeah, educate people. And, you know, I appreciate you going to Atlanta and being a part of that and trying to glean from the others across the country as what we can do to help others and make it better.
Absolutely.
What were some of those things to make it better? And then specifically, you were talking about what a good job Putnam County's doing. What are some of those things?
Well, what I like about Putnam County is that they're making that they're taking it outside of the health department. I think Ms. Bumelo is over the Cookeville Health Department.
Yeah.
But they reached out to the black community we want you in the room to have this conversation. And they was happy to have me there because I was the only person in there that looked like me. But also I did not make that visit just for it to be me. Right. So later on, they asked me to reach out to black clergy, to reach out to other folk who would be concerned about this. So now we got the church house in the room now.
Right.
And that's very important because you can have that conversation with those who sit in the pews on every Sunday morning. And not only that, they're helping those people through the week.
Sure.
Because people have to decide between medicine, light bill, food, and et cetera, because healthcare is that big of a deal. But if you can't miss your blood pressure medicine and you can't get 30 days of it, you can only get 15 days of it, you need some help.
Yeah.
And you got skin in the game, you're working every day, you deserve the help in that regard.
Yes. That's true.
Well, and I imagine, too, that, and I don't know this, but I imagine that in certain communities, getting the word out is a little harder than in others because, I imagine the same type of conversation that you would have to have in your community is the same type of conversation someone's going to happen in deep Appalachia. You know, it's the same conversation because both communities have been forgotten about several times.
That's so true, because you know that 72,000 people come to Cookeville on a daily basis.
Wow,
we are a micropolitan, is what we call us, what they call us. But it's better, it's easier for me here. But if I have to go to Salina, me and my co-worker, Lacey Lyons, we go to Salina and we meet with the county mayor, the city mayor, and the city council because they don't have a hospital.
Oh, yeah.
And if they get sick, the ambulance is their emergency room.
Yeah.
And just pray that they don't have a heart attack.
Sure.
Because they got to make way to Cookeville and skip Livingston because they don't have a cardio area there.
Okay.
And so
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then we always hear, minutes can be your life. And
A
look
heart
how many
attack?
minutes that is from Salina to Cookeville.
Absolutely.
That's like really scary.
It's super scary, and the thing about it, we strive to have stories. Stories is the key to this. A real story, something that you endeavored, that I can have conversation with a Paul Bailey or a Ryan Williams. You know, I'm not a lobbyist, but they need to know about their constituents. A real story. I mean, my sister-in-law didn't make it. She had a heart attack in Livingston, had to pass the hospital up there and come to Cookeville. She ended up passing away.
Oh my gosh.
2 years ago, yeah.
How much of the conversation that you had, and maybe we come back with this. I'll ask the question and we'll come back for the answer. But how much of the conversations that you had in Atlanta at this conference were about preventative measures? I'd like to hear about that too. Coming up, it's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window studio. We'll be right back, so hang out with us.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Now, if you're selling your home, I only recommend one real estate agent right here in town. I'm talking about Heather Skender Newton with Skender Newton Realty. In fact, you can get an instant cash offer on your home. Just go online, heathersellshouses.com.
The Jewelry Emporium, 526-8366. Let her know it's her that you're thinking of. Shower her with love. Diamonds really are a girl's best friend. The Jewelry Emporium, 526-8366.
Hello, Upper Cumberland. This is Jesse Flowers, and if you're looking for a church of friendly, loving Christians that is striving to only follow the Bible and faith and practice, that encourages questions and searches the Scriptures to find the answers, a church where you won't get lost in the numbers but will be treated like family, then let me invite you to visit us at the Jerry Whitson Road Church of Christ. We're not perfect, but we are seeking to be like our perfect Savior. And be sure to join us every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. for our radio program, Words of Exhortation, right here on WHUB. May the Lord bless you as you serve Him and serve others.
Over 50 years and still going strong and growing. With American Way, you'll gain the knowledge and skills necessary to thrive in today's market. We provide realtors the tools they need to succeed, so this essentially adds up to success for the agents. If you are willing to work, we can make it happen for you. We also have a very family-oriented culture with a focus on productivity. Give me a call. I'm William Baugh, 931-310-6291.
American Way Real Estate, 710 South Jefferson Avenue in Cookeville.
You know, the big carriers, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, they say free, but what they really mean is see the fine print. Now, there's no shortage of ads from big carriers, and they offer the latest iPhone quote for free. But when you look deeper, you realize to qualify, you're going to need to trade in your phone valued at $1,000, and you need to be on the $100 a month unlimited plan, and you're probably going to pay a $35 activation fee. Now, that's a lot of money for a free phone. Don't fall for it. Now, Pure Talk, which is my cell phone company, has a better option. You can get a brand new iPhone 14, which has all the bells and whistles you'll ever need. Plus, you get unlimited talk and text, 15 gigs of data, mobile hotspot, and you get it for $50 a month. How about that? Now, just dial pound 250, say the keyword save now. Do it now. You'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Plus, when you dial pound 250, keyword save now, guess what? You know you're getting the best customer service in America. Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
She wants to be home with her friends. But at this moment, she's fighting a brain tumor.
Please take a moment and join St. Jude in finding cures and saving children. Visit stjude.org.
Jason and Sheila. Good Morning Cookeville. 1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here live in the Willow Window studio. It's 7:48 now.
Thomas Savage, you are still the president of the local chapter of the NAACP as well, Putnam County.
I am, and I serve as the vice president for the state now. So I'm like George Jefferson. I'm moving on up a little bit. Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah. And then you're also one of the folks that are finding out more that we need to learn about Tennessee healthcare.
Absolutely.
We were talking a little bit before the break about, did they talk about preventative? Because to me, that's not something that we think about enough, is the preventative care. How do I not get in a position to where I need where I have heart problems? How do I not get in a position where, I mean, I know it doesn't matter. A lot of times these things are going to happen no matter what you do, but there's preventative measures that can keep you from these things happening, or if they do happen, make them easier for you to deal with. I was telling you about my dad having 5 bypasses and a pacemaker. Well, they said that if he wasn't as healthy as he was, then he would have had a whole lot harder time with that. He recovered great. His problems are like all of us. It's the stupid stuff we did in our 20s that comes up and bites you in the rear end.
Absolutely.
So when you were there at this conference, did they talk about the preventative measures that we could spread throughout the community as well?
Sure. Education on preventative measures is truly, I think, the answer to the problem. What you intake means a lot, but we're all God's people, but we all lay claim to certain things that a disease is more prominent in my culture than it would be in your culture.
Sure.
A white male doesn't have the prostate problems that a black male does. I mean, they have the problem, but the numbers are higher.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely, and also colon cancer is very strong, and maternal health with black women, the numbers they're higher on the we call it the BIPOC community, indigenous people of color. Their numbers are different,
Did they give you any reason why? I mean, maybe I'm just an idiot. I don't know the why on that.
Well, I think my doctor told me, he said, Tom, when we introduced salt to the indigenous community, he said their body didn't know how to take it.
Okay.
That's what he told me. My doctor is a good guy, and we have good conversation about it. So that was when I took my first blood pressure pill about 10 years ago, But the key to it is preventative maintenance.
Right.
And on the flip side of that, in order to do preventative maintenance, you got to have health care. And so my wife had a brain tumor that was benign about 20 years ago. And my health care was so good that the only thing the hospital didn't offer me was a glass of wine. That's how great my health care was. But on the flip side of that, I had family members who were in debt because of health care.
Right.
And that's what compelled me to look at this as my vocation, to do what I can do in my community while I still have the health. But catching things before it's too late. I always tell people when I'm out speaking that men of color, when they get sick, they die. They have never had the prostate check ever at all. They never had a colonoscopy. Many of the women do not have the mammograms and pap smears, and they don't do it until they go to the doctor and they say, hey, we need to check this out. Lo and behold, you could be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 in the...
Is it an aversion to going to the doctor, or is there other roadblocks that I don't know about?
You're right. There's some other roadblocks. It's definitely just going to the doctor, but a lot of people of color, and you got to be serious with you, Jason and Sheila, they are skeptical anymore because of past history.
Sure.
Hard to find somebody they can trust.
Yeah.
That they feel like really knows their issues.
Well, I mean, I'm an over 50 white guy and feel that way,
Yeah. But, back in the day, you had the Tuskegee experiment.
That's right, yeah.
And things like that. I never thought that would come into play. But now that I'm out here, a boot on the ground and talking to people, no one gets vaccines anymore. I mean, I'm talking about measles and mumps and that particular vaccine that...
The tried and trues.
Yeah. Ain't nobody ever had a problem with that. Well, there's a phenomenon going around now. Ain't nobody getting them.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's things out there now about, they could cause autism.
Yeah.
And so, and that,
It's hard to know what to believe and what's right or wrong. I know that it's not all conspiracy. It's what some have that they believe. So
well, that and things have just gotten harder to believe.
You don't know what. There's so much information
Right.
coming at you. In some ways, the internet's good, and in other ways, it's not.
Well,
it's not good in most cases.
They're gonna have to go through and do those studies on those vaccines, because that's been the problem, and then find out which one it is that might be causing a huge uptick in autism, a huge uptick in childhood diabetes, a huge uptick in young people with heart disease, a huge uptick with people with turbo cancer. There's been a lot of huge upticks since all this got started, and it's hard not to, Thomas, it's hard to not look at these and go, well, you know what, they've never been tested. Maybe we should give that a whirl.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I think the numbers is this. I think in Houston, Texas, there was like 20 people that had COVID, and 16 or 14 of them were the BIPOC community. You know, and that tells me that when COVID goes around, it's like a lion. It's looking for an antelope with a limp.
Yeah.
They rather not chase one down.
Right.
And so if you've got something that's a little shaky in your body,
right,
that's where the COVID sets up, and you die.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. It's, you know, the whole COVID thing too made a lot of people non-believers and again, it's hard to look at all this stuff and not be on, I mean, I
not be skeptical.
Yeah, at least a little bit. I think it's hard for people to look at different things now and go, okay, the government said this, that must be it.
That's true, and it's bipartisan too.
Yeah,
so.
That's bipartisan. Yeah. That passes skin color. That passes where you live. It doesn't matter. It's hard to be a believer in something that the government's telling you anymore.
Yeah, and when I say bipartisan, it's both parties. I mean, people still thank God. I mean, for the shot that when it came about under the couple administrations back. I don't get political, but I was happy to see them do the shot because I was the one that had to look at my granddaughter graduate from high school from a car with her sign holding it up out of the window.
But then come to find out that didn't matter at all.
Don't seem like it. Yeah.
Don't seem like it. Yeah. So it's
I was thinking of
going
back to you said, you know, you've seen lots of folks and you've been talking to lots of different folks, and there's only one of you, and that's a big, heavy burden to really have on your shoulders, because you're not just speaking for yourself, you're speaking for so many different people.
Absolutely.
I mean, you feel the weight of that, I'm sure.
That's true, but it's good trouble.
Yeah.
But you know, we do have a staff. We have a storyteller. I was in Jamestown not too long ago, and I got a story about a young lady whose mother had perished, and if she had been able to get some specialty help, she probably would have had a chance to live longer. I took that story to our storyteller, who's a Belmont graduate, and she cleans it up. She dots my I's and crosses my T's and puts the comma where they should be and everything. And then I take that story to a legislator, and especially the one that's in that area there, and have that conversation with them about one of their folks who is struggling, to see if he can bring some help in that community.
Are they good to listen to that? It seems like the ones that we have are, you know, fairly good listeners, at least. Are they listening and acting on this? The best you can tell.
There is movement now.
Okay.
One time there wasn't.
Government's slow, no matter what.
It is, and a lot of it's based on when your election is. Yeah.
That's true,
But,
on both sides.
Yeah. But they are good about addressing maternal health and mental health. Those are showstoppers. That's problematic.
Yeah, right.
And they know that it's a problem. And addressing suicide, because, you know, there was provisions that were given to people who were struggling mentally, you know, but you know, you can't get that medicine through Medicaid anymore. Once you get 21, it's over for you.
Sure. there's a lot of those stones that are still left unturned that we need to find out about as far as healthcare. Thomas, man, thanks so much for being here this morning. Always appreciate your conversations, man. You're so cool.
Well, I tell you what, I felt a cool breeze when I walked in here, so I just adapted to you and Sheila. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Tomorrow, got some great guests.
Yes, our Senator Paul Bailey will be in tomorrow, as well as Johnny Blaze. He is the owner of Enrichment Excursions, and we'll talk about Christmas lights with him and the excursions with that.
Cool. All right, that's all tomorrow here on Good Morning Cookeville. It's Jason and Sheila live in the Willow Window Studio. See you tomorrow, guys.
Bye.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY, 107.7 FM, and AM 1400, WHUB.